Honey, I'm live streaming. Okay. I got this big old pork chop I'm putting in here. Hey, Married Life Vlogs, good to see you. Look at this pork chop. Isn't that beautiful? Putting that in the meat sauce because I needed a bone. So I'm basically going to cut the bone out and add that separately, even though, so that I don't have to, that way I don't have to cut it off the bone later. We're just gonna, oh, that's a beautiful chop. Nice and fatty. Doesn't it look good? So this meat sauce is delicious. I've made it like 3 times before, but always when it's cold, because we've had, oh wow, it's sunny. We've had 3 days of snow and sleet, so it's been really gross. Literally really gross. Oh, my voice sounds kind of rough, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, so I have some olive oil here going here, and this is sweet Italian sausage. This is all going in the sauce. I have to brown this. One second. This is going to be good. So I'm going to let that go for a little bit, and I have to salt and pepper this. So I'm going to use everything seasoning instead. So my everything seasoning. Johnny Martinez, hello. Oh, hola. How are you? Thanks for coming in. We are doing an Italian American meat sauce that's going to go over some homemade pasta. And right now in the oven or on the stove, I have the sausage going. I just needed to lightly season the pork. And after the sausage is brown, we'll get over there. Hey, Julian Carr, how are you? Thank you for coming in. We're doing an Italian American meat sauce, which starts with sausage. So we got that in and browning up. Doesn't have to be cooked all the way through, it just has to have some color on it. So I'm going to switch these around. Big D Chopper, hello, hello, hello. I'm trying to say hello without burning myself. There we go. Hi. Julian Carr, I'm doing well. You know what, guys? I'm doing really well because tomorrow I have a day off. So I'm taking a mental health day or, whoa! Stay back! Nora Logan, looks so good. Hey, Nora's one of my students. Please say hello to Nora. Nora, I'm making an Italian American meat sauce. I was talking about how I'm taking a mental health day, so you won't see me tomorrow. Don't get the, I know, right? So I think we're good there. I think I'm going to pull that out. So it's not done, of course. But it's brown, and that's what we want. See how brown that is? Look at that. Oops. Yeah, that's good. All right, so absolutely popped all over my computer. Hold on. Okay. Looks so good. I wish you were in 4D so I could smell it. Yes, me too, Nora. Me too. All right, let's get this meat in. That pan is plenty hot, so let's not waste it. Here's the bone. Oh, bare fingers. I put this in there. For flavor. So you guys, what we have here is country pork ribs and a really nice pork chop that I cut up. So the pork chop has plenty of really good fat, if you can see that. There we go. All right. And now you get to watch me wash my hands. And that's me. So I don't like to touch raw meat, but I did, and that's unusual for me. Oh, if you could, thumbs up. Hey, who else is here? Your girl, Shay. Hello. I'll show you what we're cooking. So if you're not a pork eater, this isn't cool. But if you are, so in this meat sauce, we have Italian sweet sausage, sweet Italian sausage. We have a pork chop, and we have country ribs. So, Paul Guerrero, hello. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Trisha, how are you? I'm cooking because that's what I do. That's what it's about. So after we do, after we get that browned up, we'll get back to that in a minute. Never use the same cutting board twice unless you wash it. After we get that cut up, we're going to add the garlic. I already chopped that. I'll let you see that. Already chopped that. It's 5 big cloves of garlic. And it's this garlic is from Wisconsin, and it is grown, I forgot what kind it is, but there's hot, mild, and just garlic. And this is hot. Hello, Julian. Yes, your girl Shay. Grandpa's Adventures. Hello, good to see you. We're doing an Italian-American meat sauce. So let's flip these, let's flip this over. Because I know part of it is, maybe not yet. Not yet. Let it get a little bit more color. That's my bone that I cut off my pork chop. And I cut it off my pork chop because I want to be able to pull it out easily after the sauce is done. So in this live stream today, you guys, I'm going to get that sauce completely in its place where it just is cooking away. I am then going to do some beet kvass. Well, no, you know what? I think I'll do my homemade pasta first after this. Then we'll do the beet kvass. Then I got to show you. Last week, we started the sprouts, right? And so we're going to process these. Look at how beautiful it is. Can you see that? This grew in less than 7 days. And it needs to be processed. So I'm very excited about that. So next time I plan to, isn't it awesome? Shout out to Paul Guerrero 25. So next time I do bean sprouts, it's so easy, you girl Shay. I know, right? You guys, okay, I have to have one thought at a time. One thought. Okay. sprouts are really easy. You just provide them with fresh water every day. And then if you do that, they just grow. And so my hope is to have fresh sprouts all year round. And then also, I'm going to do some mung bean sprouts. Hello, sincerely, A. Lucy. Good to see you. I am running your playlist right now. And you guys, if there's anybody in here you don't know, please make sure you get to know them. So I'm going to make mung bean sprouts the next time. I have to buy them. But mung bean sprouts are the thicker ones that you see at salad bars. All right. Here we go. Let's see. I'm sure we can turn these over now. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's good color. Yes, perfect. Not perfect. Perfect. Almost perfect. Perfect. Yes. So I'm going to take this guy, move him over here. This is going to be so good. Yeah. Okay, this guy needs to move over here. Getting there. Good. I think this, oh, that's good. Good. So we'll brown it on both sides. Thanks, love. You've been with me all weekend. I'm glad. That's fun. That's fun. I love these playlist partners and play buddies that we're doing over at Team Build with Geo. I'm getting to know so many different people. So that's going to brown up. And I was going to, Chef and More, hello. Good to see you. I love your live stream. I love going in there. And yeah, I love how you get people to take a gander at all these new channels. So it's great. You're such a great cook. I've been cooking for a while. I'm not a great cook, but I think I'm accomplished. I've been able to create my own recipes and publish them. So this is a Lidia Bastianich recipe. It's an Italian meat sauce for rigatoni, but I am not going to make rigatoni because I don't have a machine that makes rigatoni. But I am going to make just a flat, broad pasta, gluten free. And it's been so cold, Nora, hasn't it? It's been so cold. It's been like, I should stop because last year it was 30 below and 40 below and wind chills of 50 below. So when it's 33 and snowing, I should be going, oh, that's nice. At least it's not 33 below. But the problem is it's October. I am not used to getting snow in October, not even in Minnesota. Got the turtleneck out already. I'm in Minnesota. Kinfolk Farms of Georgia. Hello. Let's take a look at this again. I think we're doing good. Hey, Kinfolk Farms, I want some pork. We're getting there. You'll just have to listen to me while I am watching that brown. I'll turn it up a little bit. Yes, Kinfolk Farm. I want some pork. I know that they gave you trouble because I went and I watched that video that you said they were giving you trouble. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. So, snow in October. Oh my goodness. Yes, Julian. Yes. Yes. And even Minnesota. Well, northern Minnesota, they're used to it. This is unusual for the southeastern part. Like I live in the Twin Cities. So I'm not supposed to give any more information than that, but I always end up doing that somehow. Yeah, so it's unusual for us, very unusual. So let's look, and then we're gonna move on because it's time. Good enough. I'm gonna move this all over here. Gonna start myself up. Yeah, that's good. It's got good color. So once we get this sauce going, we're gonna let it cook. Woo! I'm wearing more of the oil. Ooh, maybe if I turned it down now. I'm wearing more of the oil than the pork is, I swear. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to put the garlic in, and then I am teaspoon of salt and pepper. Wait, sausages, remove the plate, seasoned ribs. I already did that. I have to read that. This is not one I created, so why don't I just hold it up instead of pretending I know this by heart? I don't. Take care of it. Add wine, bay leaves, bring to a boil. Okay, yeah. So it calls, and for us in our household, that's not a problem. No. So I'm going to add the wine and the bay leaves and reduce it by half, and then add the tomatoes. Okay. Slosh out the can of, slosh it out. Okay. Add to the pot, stir, remain. So this doesn't look very ingenious since I'm having to look at a recipe, but let's tell the truth. I make this only in fall and winter, and I've only made it twice, but it's been so cold. It's a lot of garlic. Perfect. Perfect. So 5 cloves of really big garlic. And if you don't like garlic that much, don't put it in. But I love garlic. I don't know how you can have Italian food without garlic. I'm originally from NC, so that's very, very unheard of for me. Julian, I spent 10 years in Durham, North Carolina, living about 3 blocks from Duke, dancing with the African American Dance Ensemble and with my own company. And I can take these winters better, Julian, than the winters in North Carolina, because the winters in North Carolina are wet and that bone chill cold. So you know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. Oh, it smells so good. That's going to be delicious. We're going to boil that down by half, and I'm going to open up my tomatoes. And now I know Lidia Bastianich says crush the tomatoes by hand. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to wear a glove. So this is the brand of glove. I'm not paid for anything, by the way, but this is the brand of glove I absolutely love. It totally fits my hand. It's antimicrobial. And I don't know what else. No, Stella, this is not a time for a Stella sighting, so you need to go away. Go away. Yeah, I'll call you in a little bit. She's like a little kid. Yes, they are miserable. Those winters, I've never felt anything like that, where I was cold to the bone and couldn't get warm because it was that wet cold. So I can handle this. I can handle this. Last year was scary, though, because you could literally die out there. You could die. So let's get this going. Let's get over here, and then we're going to put it in this. I need to turn that wine down. Hold on. Got to stir every now and then. So I'm using Cento San Marzano peeled tomatoes, whole peeled tomatoes. Lydia says that you have to make this recipe with San Marzano tomatoes. And if she says that, I believe her. She's one of my favorite. So it looks like it's in a tomato sauce. I don't know if I used this last time. I think I just used regular tomatoes. But it looks like it's in almost a tomato paste. Oops, all over the place. Okay, so let's see how this works. Who's here? Hi, Chef. Oh, wait. I'm going crazy over here. Your skillet handle is sticking out and see you bumping into it. Danger, danger, LOL. Yes, you're right. Okay. I just put it to the side. Thank you for the heads up. And here's the other one. Okay. So Lydia says, crush them with your hands. Thank you, Chef. I feel embarrassed. I'm a home cook. I'm not a chef. And some of those safety things are not, I haven't learned those. I usually learn things the hard way, like when I cut off the tip of my finger. So I'm sure you understand. Okay. There we go. I don't think I need to crush it up any more than that. And I wonder why she wants it crushed by hand. Doesn't matter. So anyway, you guys, I picked this recipe because it doesn't require any flour to thicken the sauce, and I can make my own gluten-free egg noodles. And I don't use eggs. Or chicken eggs. I don't use chicken eggs. I use duck eggs. So that makes it all worthwhile and tasty. So you guys, Chef and More, okay? Chef and More has become one of my favorite channels because, like, I tried one of her recipes I absolutely adored. It's the cheese chips, where you put a mound of cheese on parchment paper into the oven at, I forgot, something like 400 degrees, maybe less, and you cook it for a while, and then you pull it out and you have to let it rest for 30 minutes, and if you don't, it's not going to be crunchy. Oh my God, they were so good. I waited 30 minutes. I wish I had made more than 5 though. So, see, Chef, handle to the side, not sticking out. All right, so that has cooked down. Let's go ahead and put in the okay. We're gonna put this in. I forgot my bay leaves, but I'm gonna add them now. So 2 bay leaves. Oh, that looks so good. Another bay leaf. Chef, I wonder, Chef and More, do you teach cooking? Yay, it's so hard to wait before you eat them. Guilty, LO. Yes, 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 absolutely. I did wait, though. I did wait. Okay. Oh. I have to follow this recipe. Oh, red pepper flakes. That's right. We're going to go a little bit heavy on that, a little bit more. My husband likes to feel the heat, so that was probably a little more than a tablespoon. And we need more everything seasoning. Once again, for those of you who don't know what everything seasoning is, so that's about a teaspoon. Everything seasoning is 1 tablespoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic, and a teaspoon of granulated onion. Okay, so let's see if we can bring that up to a boil, and I'll be right back to you. Okay, so we just have to wait till that comes up to a boil. I'll put the lid on. It's getting there right now, and then we're going to put the meat back in. After that, sorry, my nose runs every time I do a live stream. After we do that, we're going to start working on the pasta. And sorry for walking away. This is my gluten-free flour that I recommend to everyone. Thank you, Chef and More. Yeah, I mean, that's why I watch your channel, is because it's interesting and easy enough. I started my channel so I could talk about gluten-free foods and one of the other things I started doing, I had people ask me if I could do easy recipes. So I did. So that's my Kicking It in the Kitchen with New Cooks series, which I will have a video premiering on Tuesday at 7 p.m. It is what I call chicken wings with dump sauce, or dump chicken, or dumplings, or whatever you want to call it. But I think chicken wings with dump sauce is the easiest. It's a college recipe I made back in 1992. It's a college recipe I did that takes all the sauces you have in your refrigerator, the red and brown sauces, not mustard, even vinegar. You can throw red vinegar in there, red wine vinegar. It takes all the sauces you have, and you dump it in, and you marinate these wings in this for 1 to 2 hours, and you bake it. Okay, I just told you the whole thing. You don't even have to see it. Yeah, so that's what's coming Tuesday. And I got to tell you, those wings have never disappointed me. Whenever I'm like, what should I cook? I want something that, a little garbage-like food, but I can make it at home. I go to my chicken dumplings all the time. So that's my video on Tuesday. I hope that you'll come by and see it. I think we're going to put the meat back in. I need something to drink too. Not wine. Are we boiling? Close. Close. We're simmering. Let's stir it up and get that in there. It's going to be plenty spicy. That is pretty though, isn't it? So pretty. Yes. Chef and More, I've started saying yes, yes, yes. That's one of her signature things she says. I don't know if you know that it's signature, Chef and More, but my husband and I are always like, yes. So, he remembers you. He only had to see one episode, and he's like, I want to see that lady who goes, yes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Chef and More. She's great. You know what? I'm going to be okay with putting this back in there. That bone is going to give so much flavor. Who else came in? Okay, so country ribs and a very thick pork chop, bone-in. My lips aren't working. Bone-in pork chop. I'll look at the chat in a minute, you guys. And about a little over a pound of mild Italian sausage. So this is a recipe, once again, by Lidia Bastianich. It's her Italian-American meat sauce that she puts over rigatoni, but I am putting over my homemade gluten-free pasta. Let's get this all nestled in here. People get worried about, am I going to fit everything in this pan? Well, it is a 5-quart. It looks smaller than it is, and it's actually very big. It holds a lot of food. But you do want to nestle your meat underneath the liquid so it flavors the liquid. Come on, there you go. So, juices. We're going to cover that up. Let it come to what's that bay leaf doing over there? You need to flavor. All right, I'm back. It's become my signature. Yes, it has. Hope you feel better. Sincerely, Casey, are you here? Casey, I'm here and listening. Eyes closed, mega migraine going on. Bless you guys. Bless you, Casey. I hope that goes away. That has to be miserable, and I will pray for you. I always feel I've only had 2 migraines in my life, and I don't know how people do it. I really don't. I don't know how you go through a day with a migraine. Hold on. So anybody who has seen my live streams knows that I blow my nose every time because I start talking so much. I believe today either putting on my makeup triggered that or I'm allergic to my makeup. And yes, I'm wearing makeup. I might be allergic to my makeup, so I'm going to have to watch that. All right, let's think about this gluten-free pasta. I have to do one thing. So if you'll let me just, I'm going to look the recipe up again just to make sure I have it right. I know it's like a cup or 2. I think it's a cup, two eggs. I'm using duck eggs, and 2 cups of and some water if I need it. So Epicurious, and I did adjust it for myself. I don't have to add quinoa flour anymore. So, okay. No gargum. So 2 eggs, salt. Two cups of flour. Okay. So it's 2 cups of flour, 2 eggs, and water if I need it. So this is one of those parts. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. That makes me feel good. So this is one of the parts of my cooking live where I have to concentrate and I'm not going to talk that much. I'll talk about hi, Chrissy. How are you? I think, Casey, I think that they do make vegan makeup, right? I think I might want to start investing in that or looking at it. I am not going to talk that much during this part of the live stream because this is going to take my concentration a little bit. And plus, I don't want to touch my computer when I have like flour everywhere. So if you will pardon me, I'm going to move you and you can watch. You're on my handy wine boxes. So we're going to move you right over here so you can see. Yep, that's good, right? Okay. You don't need to see my toilet paper. Oh, my nose. My nose. My nose. Let me get my duck eggs out. I had 2 duck eggs left. So this is what I'm going to use them for. Now, these duck eggs are just a bit, oh, Troy, why does he put dishes away like that? Okay. Do not be alarmed. I did the float test on them. They are just like a week past their date, and I never worry about that. But they may be, oh no, they're perfect. Sometimes when they're old, the yolk starts to bleed into the white. And these did not do that, so I know we're good. There we go. All right. I'm gonna find silence as I tell my students. One cup. Two cups. I need to buy some more of that. I am going to add a tablespoon of xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is a really good thing for folks who have who need to bind with other things. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum because my eggs are a little bit smaller than they normally are. So just a little bit more. Okay. Pasta time. Yes, 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 yes. Fingers or gloves? Fingers. I'm going to make a well. Now, Chef and More, remember, I am a home cook. So things aren't going to be perfect here. So this is an egg noodle, but made with duck eggs because I am allergic to chicken eggs. Not allergic to chicken, just allergic to chicken eggs. I'm going to put the second egg in a second. And then, so cup for cup works really, really well as a replacement. I've made absolutely everything that you would make with wheat flour with this and have had very little, you can barely tell. I mean, I can't tell because I haven't eaten wheat flour in years, but my husband says he can taste the difference a little bit, but he's not bothered by it. Who's here? Oh, you're a self-taught home chef. Excellent. Oh, I need to turn this down. And I'll probably need to add some water here. Need a little bit. And I'm going to add some water because it's still very flaky. Okay. Add a little bit at a time. Don't overdo it. Otherwise, you'll have to add more flour. Make sure to thumbs it up, folks. I haven't even thumbs up myself. There we go. You guys, if you'd like, share out the live. Okay, a little bit more water. And I may be adding, I'm making a poor man's pasta with only 2 eggs, so I may be adding more water than that. Gross. This is virtually impossible with gloves on, so. We're getting there. Yep, more water. Get this. Should have taken off my rings. Oh no. Oh well. There. I may have added too much water. Who knows? If so, I'll just add more flour back in. 10 thumbs up, thank you. I did pour generously that last time. Okay. My rings are not happy with me. Yeah, just a little bit more flour, so this is going to be good. Just washing my hands, you guys, because I don't want to touch anything with grossness. Okay, a little bit more flour and we'll be good to go. Thankfully, this is very forgiving. Yeah. That's good. That's going to be really good. Perfect. Looks like I'm lagging or buffering a little bit. Perfect. Yes. Turn this out and I'm going to knead it a little bit. Chef Moore, I hate when you forget to take rings off. I shared you out. Thank you. Oh, now I'm buffering. This always happens around this time. For some reason, I start to buffer. It's got to be getting near 5. I don't know what it is. Yeah, the rings, I'm going to have to soak these rings. Okay. A little bit on the outside. I'm going to break this into 2. Let's make sure that's even. And this is going to go into the, hold on. This is going to go into the refrigerator for about a half hour wrapped up. And in the process, I'm going to go ahead and work on that Beet Kvass. So let me get something to wrap that up. This may make more pasta than Troy and I can eat, but that's all right. I can freeze it. Okay, into the refrigerator for a half hour. I'm going to wash my hands and start cleaning up a little bit so we can get the Beet Kvass going. Homemade pasta is so easy. I wish more people would try it. I'm not going to use a pasta machine. Well, I may use the pasta machine to roll it out, But then I'm gonna do pasta rags. Okay, my dears, you get to watch me wash things. So I'm taking a mental health day tomorrow because I'm worn out. It's only October and I need a break. Now, it's just that recycling. I've been working 12-hour days, and that hasn't been by choice. It's basically what I have to do. If I didn't get to school at 6 o'clock in the morning and spend 2 hours doing the stuff I do, and that's not usually YouTubing, except for when I'm talking to Trisha, I'll stop in and then I play Trisha's motivational moments as my backdrop to get me motivated to survive my 12-hour day. Sincerely, Lucy, I have recipes that are not gluten-free that I'd be happy to share with you. And if you look up Lidia Bastianich anything, she has thousands, maybe not thousands, that's hyperbole, but she has so many pasta recipes. And then any online video of hers, you'll look up Lidia because Lydia is the answer, okay? And you don't have to have a pasta machine. You don't have to have a pasta machine. These are clean, right? Yeah, that's clean. You don't have to have a pasta machine to make pasta. You need a rolling pin or something to roll it out so you can make it thin. And then there's egg pastas. There's all sorts of different pastas you can make. I prefer an egg pasta because I don't, you can just, this has to go. I prefer an egg pasta over just a pasta made with flour and water. But there's so many recipes and it's so much easier than you think it is. And I forgot to add salt to mine, so this is going to be interesting. We got to do it. We got to do it. It has to have salt. So thankfully, I just put it in there. I'll do one at a time. I'll just salt it a little bit, knead it again. Things happen. This is live cooking. Definitely live cooking. Okay, so I'm unwrapping. I'll wrap it back up in the same, so I'm not going to waste any more plastic. But I'll show you how I do this because this is definitely not the first time this has happened. So just a little bit of salt. That's all it needs. And I'm going to work it in. Darn it. Okay. And I'll salt the water a lot too. So there's no need to panic. Just that it's better if it has a little bit of salt. Ah, done. Okay, let's get that back in there. Shoot. It's that moment where you're like, can I get away with not doing this? It's like, nope, you really can't. So go ahead and make the adjustment right now before you regret it or before you lie to your audience because you're saying it tastes so good and actually there's no salt and that's not good. So I feel that's good enough. There we go. So I corrected my mistake, and you can do that too if you forget to add salt. Know that you can correct that mistake. There we go. I think it has a natural break in it, so. Live, cooking live. Only had fresh pasta once and it was so yummy. Oh, it is so delicious. It really is. It really is. I'm going to wash a couple dishes. I hope you don't mind joining me in this process. I have to have an absolutely sanitized space to make my Beet Kvass. And what is Beet Kvass? If you've been in my channel, you know. Beet Kvass is a fermented beet. Beet Kvass is a fermented beet tonic that's super good for your gut. And if you're somebody who has immune problems, you might want to try starting to heal it using natural probiotics, like probiotics that you sauerkraut juice, beet kvass, kombucha, kefir water, kefir milk, fermented carrots, fermented pickles, fermented anything, chock full of things that are so good for your gut. My experience with this was that I got really sick. Well, I had a MRSA infection I got when I was at an alternative school. And I ended up in the hospital, and I ended up on lots and lots and lots and lots of antibiotics. And these antibiotics destroyed my immune system. And for 2 years straight, I had sinus infections, I had ear infections, I had intestinal infections that I just couldn't figure out how to be healthy. I ended up going to a naturopath after a girlfriend told me, why don't you try sauerkraut juice? And I laughed at her. What am I going to do with sauerkraut juice? Well, turns out sauerkraut juice has billions upon billions of good microbes, good bacteria that fights off bad bacteria. It populates your gut and helps you fight all the bad guys. So, Bethany prescribing tons and tons of probiotics, and lo and behold, along with vitamin D and some other vitamins, No! I'm frozen. Your connection is unstable. Am I stable yet? I am stable. Okay, so I guess YouTube got tired of me telling my story. Anyway, I bought these probiotics, and it cost me an arm and a leg and yesterday's toenail. And now I make my own. I am healthy. The only thing I have are a couple allergies left. So I'm really good. Let's wash some dishes. I've told that story so many times, YouTube's probably like, oh God, let's shut her up. Okay, a little bit of water in here. Washing dishes is so much fun. Who's in the chat? If you're still here, say I'm here. Can I get a witness? Thank you for being here. Anyway, so that's why you're going to watch me make Beet Kvass again, because I am not going to run out. I ran out a week ago, and boy, did I regret it. I really regretted it because I bought this stuff. I do not recommend this. If you want to eat fermented onions and it doesn't taste anything like a Beet Kvass, go ahead and get this. But this is disgusting. We drank it because we paid almost $8 for 3/4. How much is it? 16 ounces? A quart? No. 36. What does that say? 16 ounces. 1 pound. Okay. This tasted like, so it tasted like you were drinking perspiration. It was disgusting, but it worked. It's just that, I mean, the ingredients were filtered water, beets, kimchi brine, which is filtered water, Chinese cabbage, carrots, daikon radish, turnip, and onion. The onion came out in this more than anything, and I had to suck it down so fast and then follow it with something else really strong. Anyway, it seems like I lost some folks. Well, you know, washing dishes isn't that fun, is it? If you're here, say here so I can say hello. That sauce is coming along quite well, by the way. Off the grill, Chef and More. Hello, Revel. How are you? It was nasty. It was my husband who, let's get that off of you. My husband who can eat anything was like, oh God, that's bad. But we vowed to finish it, one, so that I don't ever run out of my own Beet Kvass, and that I don't ever pay $8 for something that awful, you know? So I'm almost done, you guys, and then we can work on cutting up or sanitizing, not sanitizing, but cleaning the beets, washing the beets. Just a couple more dishes. If I wash while I go along, then my husband doesn't have so much to do, and I'm not freaked out by the piles that are, you know, building up. Off the grill, 2 is too many. Nightbot, seriously. Oh, hey, off the grill, I'm sorry. Somebody told me I should fire Nightbot. Here's what you can do, and I'm very sorry about that. I'm very sorry. If you want to put more than one emoji, put 2 different emojis. I have gone in and changed how many emojis you can use, and it always goes back to, for some reason, the setting where it's 2, and I should just fire Nightbot. I really should. It's obnoxious, isn't it? I'm sorry. Let's see. You probably said really nice things. Yes, you gave me a heart and a thumbs up. And you said hello to Chef and More. So, and I think you're connecting with those folks, and that's great. So, Nightbot, really? Okay. I'm going to move this one over here. No, I'm going to keep it there because we're going to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do is sanitize the sink first. I don't know if you know, but the nastiest place in your kitchen, the dirtiest place, is always the sink. Because the sink has, everything goes into the sink. A lot of people wash their meat, oh, I just sprayed myself. Wash their meat in the sink. A lot of people, you know, you're washing your dirty dishes. You're using your sink for a number of different things. A lot of people forget to sanitize their sink. It's the most important. So I use apple cider vinegar. To me, this is the most important. And especially before you do any ferments, make sure your sink is clean, both sides. Rinse it up, rinse your sink down, and then spray it with something. You can use bleach water to sanitize your sink, but to me, I have that for really important cleaning jobs. Wow, that bleach is strong. But I don't like to use bleach near food. So that's what that's about for me. I use apple cider vinegar, let it sit for a couple minutes, and then I come back to it. Spray it down, and we're good. And it actually doesn't need to sit more than 30 seconds, but I usually give it a couple minutes. Live, love, and learn. Absolutely. Chef and More shared you. Yeah. Oh, good. I was thanking her. Yes. Yes, they're different. I'm sorry. Okay. I am so sorry, Off the Grill. Please forgive me. My Nightbot is an asshole. All right. I know it's not fun watching this. Yeah, so it really needs about 30 seconds, and then you're good. So we're ready for the beets now. And I'll show you that sauce in a second. Alyssa, you're here. Hey, how are you? We're gonna make some beet kvass really quick, but I think I'm gonna show the sauce because it's coming along really well. So happy to see Alyssa. Alyssa, best friend on YouTube. Okay, once again, I use these. I'm not making money because I'm not making any money. I wish I could get an endorsement, but I don't know how to do that. These are my favorite gloves ever. They're strong. They're vinyl. They don't have any powder in them. And they're antimicrobial. Look how big that beet is. And I have huge hands, guys. We're also going to put some ginger with this, so I should probably get that out. I'll be back in a second. Hold on. It's a big piece of ginger. I'm gonna apple cider vinegar, ACV. Hey, the 8 of you, thank you for coming in. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Okay, we're gonna let those sit for quite some time. Well, not quite some time, at least 30 seconds. That's the minimum. And then we're going to look right now. We're gonna get a gander at that sauce. I think you're gonna be pleased. So. So we're going to cook this until the meat starts to fall apart. So right now it's still quite tough. The sausage looks good. Yeah, this is going to be so tasty. Kind of try to tuck that underneath. So simple. Garlic, San Marzano tomatoes, a pound of country ribs. Plus, for me, I added a pork chop and sausage, and we're good. Woo! Yes, yes, so good. I'll let that cook sideways so some of the air some of the water can evaporate. So here we go. Your food. Hello, everyone. SD Bob Plinskin. Yummy. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Don't worry. I understand. Thank you. Okay, let's rinse these off and then we're going to cut them. So we had them sprayed down with, not hot water, with apple cider vinegar to kill any bad microbes. Apple cider vinegar, the stuff I make my own. I make my own apple cider vinegar, so I know that it's alive. So let's do this. I need this. This I cleaned. I should have washed that too, but I'm not going to. Need to get this out of the way. And we're going to wipe this down. Put this water. So you're seeing the whole process, you guys. I don't have anything pre-made. I start at the beginning whenever I do a cooking live. So it takes a little while. Some people want it to be, oh, let's cook this and be done. And that kind of doesn't work that way. So thank you for understanding. What am I trying to do? I'm going to put this herb, put that there, put this on top. Yeah, and then we'll get some more light down there. Put this away now too. All right, can you see? Good, good, good. So I've used that knife for meat. I am not going to use it for this. Here we go. So I'm just going to put all of this in there. I have a garbage bowl back here, I believe. Dude, this is such a small space to work in with this. Thank you for hanging out with me. Garbage bowl. So with Beet Kvass, really it's simple. You have beets, salt, a starter if you have one, cabbage to keep it underwater, a couple weights if you can. If you don't have fermentation weights, you can use strong shot glasses. I was hearing something drip, and then I realized that this is dripping. That's okay. So cut them up into this size. I'm going to get you a little closer because I feel like you're in the dark. Let's switch you up. There we go. I think that's better, right? I want you to be able to see. Yeah, so if you haven't seen this process before, I cut up the beets, I cut up the ginger. I pour water, brine, 2% brine, which is 19 grams of salt per quart, over the top, and hold it down with a cabbage leaf. And then I let it ferment on the counter with an airlock. I'll show you that in a minute. An airlock for, in the wintertime, up to 21 days, but usually it's about 14 otherwise. So I think this last time it was a 14-day ferment for it to be ready. This summer, a couple times, it was sometimes a 7-day ferment. And then it really didn't taste good when it didn't get to sit that long. So here we are so far. Can you see that? Is it dark or is it good? Let's see. I'm going to hold it here for a minute. Oh, you can see it. Okay. All right, here's my big bowling ball. This is huge. So the amount of Beet Kvass I can make in one time outweighs, what am I saying? It is, I can make 3, oh shoot. Oh, darn it. Do you see my pants? Because see, I had to catch the beet with my leg rather than it landing on the floor. Thank God these are not my favorite. Darn it. I guess I'll be able to get it out. It's do stain, but it's not that bad. So this guy is so big. So for 16 ounces of Beet Kvass, you're paying anywhere between $6 and, I'm going to take this, $6 and $8. Well, for $8, I can make enough Beet Kvass for like 3 quarts. So it's definitely worth it to make my own. I just have to be willing to ruin my pants or whatever else is a light color. Ah. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Oh, you guys go ahead and connect with each other. I know there's not a lot of people in here. If you would be so kind as to share me out, I'm going to be going for a little bit longer. So I would appreciate that. See if we can get some more folks in here. All right, let's finish this up. And then I have another beet. I don't know if I need that beet. I really don't know if I need that beet. I have saved that beet. I'll put it in the fridge because I already washed off. I already washed it, and I might be vulnerable to something. Yeah, that's plenty. I don't need that. I just need the ginger. And then we can roll out. This is so easy. This is organic ginger, so I am not going to peel it. We are just cutting it into almost like sizes as the beets. And it's all going to go in a jar with a starter. So I've already pre-sanitized a jar. Hello, I'm back. I'm sorry. That part I have to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on what I'm doing because I don't want to chop my finger off. So I pre-sanitized a jar. I'm going to go ahead and put all of this in there. That's not a question. I need you up higher. So I hope you guys try this sometime. If you go to buy store-bought Beet Kvass, make sure it says something about apple juice, because the last thing you want, or make sure it doesn't say kimchi or that one doesn't go in. Kimchi or some other form of sauerkraut juice, because then it's just going to taste like sauerkraut to you. But if it has apple juice in it, you'll taste more of the floral flavors than than anything else. So let's get, what am I gonna do? I need to get my brine ready. So the brine is a 2% brine, which is 19 grams of salt for every quart of water. So I have a 2-quart pitcher that I'm going to fill with water, and then I'm going to add 19 grams so 38 grams of salt. Let's put this over here. We'll move this because I don't need it there. So I use city water, my city water, because it's good. Our city has really good water, and I have never had any problem fermenting with it. So that's why I use it, and I'm sticking to it. Until there's a problem, then a lot of people say chlorinated water, it's bad for you, it's bad for your ferments. I swear my ferments eat it up. So I'm breaking from what most fermenters do. Most fermenters use distilled water or spring water. I use my city water. It's just getting a scale. So we're going to scale this up. Put that on there and start it. And I use kosher salt, not Himalayan salt. Okay, grams. So I need 38 grams. $19. So we're halfway. I'm a little bit over. You can be over. I just prefer not to be over. I'll put this back. 36, 38. Okay. And I'm going to pour it in here. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming and thank you for staying. We're just going to pour it in. And then we're just going to stir it until it becomes clear. So, Alyssa, I thought, were you at the market this week? How's it going? SD Bob Pliskin, yummy. You Food. Hello, You Food. I should look at your channel. If you're still here, I'll look at your channel. I want to read your about. We'll let that sit for a minute. You Food. I love cooking or food channels. So, You Food. Hello. Okay, let's see your about. Welcome to my channel about food. I know for most of you, a good meal is what makes your day. And same here. Oh, I love this already. And same here. We all know how food is important to everybody, just like oxygen we breathe. We all need to eat. However, we don't have the same culture of eating, and some people care about healthy foods, while others like any type of recipe as long as it's tasty or spicy. So true. Here's my channel. I'm glad to share with you the best stuff related to food and recipes brought from different parts of the world to meet all tastes. You know what? Let's go ahead. You Food, I'm already subscribed to you. Huh. I should do a playlist. You know what? You Food, I'll do the health food playlist right after this live stream. Oh, come on, stop. Okay. Hi, Lynx Acres. And then good to see you. I was looking at You Food, and I had You Food. I don't remember. Sometimes, oh, this is almost ready. So SD Bob Pliskin, you don't have any content, but it looks like you're a watcher, so that's good. Excuse me. So, how long are you going to live stream for? I have a few more things to do, Linksakers. I'm finishing up the Beet Kvass, and we're making this red sauce. It's a meat sauce. Do you see that? It's a Lidia Bastianich recipe, so I love it. Where did my beets go? There's my beets. So I just got done cutting up the beets, and yes, I was doing it live. I'm going to be making Beet Kvass every week from now on, I'm sure, because I ran out and ended up drinking this really gross stuff called Fierce Ferments. Okay, let's get a starter in there. So as you can see, starter for Beet Kvass, I saved some of the fermented beets from the last batch because they have all the probiotics to start this batch. And then I am going to put that in. And then I'll get a cabbage leaf and put it on top. I have an organic cabbage. I'll probably do something with that organic cabbage next week. But what I want from this organic cabbage, you guys, what I want is the outer leaf so I can put it on top and push all of the beets down below the brine so that we don't get any sort of yeast in there. So I'm going to peel off the top one. Here we go. Might need another one, but we're going to push this down over the top. The good thing about cabbage is they too have a lot of natural, really good microbes on the outside. So they are really good at getting things fermenting right away. So let's see if I can pull this off successfully. You know what? Let me cut it. I just cut this leaf. I'm getting there we go. Perfect. That's perfect. So even if you use more than one leaf, that's just fine. Push everything below the brine. I'm going to add more brine to it. All right, coolly go. Take these off, they're annoying. My hands are sweating. And I'll add my weights. I use sour stones. Sour stones are clear glass fermentation weights for wide mouth jars. And for this, I'm going to use 2. And then I'll pour the rest of the water over the top. These have already been sanitized. I sanitize them before I put them back in the jar. Go down. Before I put them back in the box, not the jar. Okay, this guy needs sauce. So they just weight things down. And fill it up to the top. There we go. And that piece will become a floater and cause a problem, as well as this. So we just need to take that off. Okay. This is such a process. Let's put this cabbage back in the fridge, and then what I'll do is, the next thing we're going to do is, after we're done with this, we are going to go ahead and roll out that pasta and get some pasta rags made. So excited. Get that up a little bit. Garbage bowl. My God, when I do so much, everything gets so messy. All right, let's get some some airlocks. Airlock lid has a hole in it and an airlock. So first things first. Okay, we're going to put some plastic wrap over it. This is going to act as a sealer or something to seal it. So we're going to go like this first. Press out all the air we can, and that's when I'm going to screw this on right away. Okay. What? What'd you do? Okay, then I'm going to wrap this around here. This helps to seal out any air. And I'll use a chopstick. Okay. And here we go. So that helps keep the air from getting in. And what happens is all of this will start to ferment. The bubbles come up through here, and we're good. So anybody want to see a Stella? Stella. Okay. Stella, you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside? Did you want to go outside? Okay. There she goes, and it's wet, and it's stopped raining, finally. So unusual. We rained and 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 rained. All right. Let me move some stuff around so I'm not crowded into this tiny corner. I'll put the, where am I going? I'm going to put the Beet Kvass in the fermentation station right over here. It's a darker corner. It stays warmer over there, and the beets can can't even talk. The beets can ferment over there easier because it's, I don't know what darkness with it. I should figure that out. But it's warmer in that corner. So, all right. I got to have some room over here. We're doing so much today, you guys. So good. I'm getting so much done. I have to be allergic to my makeup. That's what's going on here. The only time this happens, where my nose runs, is when I'm live streaming. The only time I wear makeup is when I'm live streaming. So I'm thinking it's the makeup. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. Okay, you are going over here as well. We're not going to play the in-out game, but I will let her back in. Okay, the end. You're in. Okay, you're in. Okay, okay. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. So I'll save this brine for another ferment. I can use it for something else. Lindsakers. Okay, I guess you find the airlock lid just by itself doesn't seal it up enough. That's right. Okay, hey Karen, when you did your Beet Kvass and use your ginger bug for starting? Yes, I used to use ginger bug to start. Did you get a scoop, liquid, a bit of ginger? Yes, I did that. A lot of ginger, liquid, and a little bit of the ginger. When I'll tell you what, Linksacres, I haven't used ginger bug in a while because I found that I got exploding Beet Kvass and exploding other things. But every time I pulled out some ginger, I added some ginger. So I would scoop in and pull out all of the ginger and the liquid, and then I would pour it into, without putting all of the ginger in there. But I wouldn't reuse that ginger. I would just go ahead and add new ginger and new sugar each time I used it. So I still have ginger bug in there. I just forget to use it. And I will tell you that, and like I said, I was having exploding bottles of things. So it got really strong. What I find even more helpful for me right now is adding fresh ginger to the Beet Kvass and then stopping the ferment just a little bit sooner because it becomes carbonated. And once it's beyond that carbonated point, that's when you would have to add in more ginger. Does that make sense? I was going to do much today and then I fell asleep. I know how that goes. Linksakers, if I didn't have a day off tomorrow, I would be in a panic about now. I have so much to do. But I have my chiropractor appointment at 9. I have the rest of the day. I can watch Carter's Eat and Flowers Glamorous while I'm grading papers. I can edit videos. I can, it's just going to be a day for breathing, just for breathing. Okay. Pasta time. We're going to pray this works. Okay. Okay, this has been refrigerating for about an hour, half hour. It's nice and, yep, it's good. So I am going to add, oh no, oh, gross. Well, at least I had a lid on it. My baking soda just fell out of the cupboard. I had a massage yesterday. It was so good. I need a massage. My baking soda just fell out of the cupboard and went everywhere over there. I will clean it up after the live stream. Let's get to rolling this out. First of all, where's my rolling pin? There it is. On things. Yeah, there should be an order. I don't get it. Okay, moment of frustration. All right, here we go. Get you a little closer. And then with this stuff, you guys, I'm going to use the same one. You really do want to put something over it before you roll it because otherwise it may stick to the rolling pin. And if I need to, I will use a if I need to, I will use a, what am I trying to say? Oh, I will use a pasta machine, but I really would like to just roll this out by hand to make pasta rags. I don't necessarily need. Ooh, 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 ooh. I need some flour under there. Yes, I do. What did I do with my? Oh, I put it in here. Okay. Yeah, I would prefer not to use the pasta machine because then I have to set it up and sometimes that's a pain in the butt. Thank you guys for coming in and staying. Those of you that are here, I really appreciate it. So I roll this out like pie dough, and I'm really not concerned about the shape because I am going to cut it into pasta rags rather than any sort of like noodle. I'm not doing a noodle, I'm doing a rag. And you can see that with gluten-free pasta, you get really raggedy edges, which is just fine. It still tastes great. Let's see how thin I can get this. just do this half now for a little bit. It's almost thin. This is going to be good. This is going to be really good. It's rolling out much more nicely than I've experienced in the past. And I think it's because I used water. How thin do I want this? I don't know. This, you guys, this is so fun for me. All right, let's go this way. I actually managed to get to doing it today. I'm going to. Oh, good. Of your cider? Good. If my husband has tomorrow off, not sure. Oh, I'm excited about your cider. I'm really excited. This is turning out so well. Yes. But I think it's because I'm not concerned about shape. Yep, it's almost the thickness I wanted. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. And then I'm just going to use a pizza cutter and cut it up into pasta rags. And I think I'm going to be so happy with this. It's perfect. Look at how thin that is. That's going to be a really nice. Okay. Oops. I think the answer is water. This is so much better than last time I made pasta. I think my husband's really going to like this. So like I said, I'm making pasta rags. They are not a particular shape. Okay. This one's too big. I think these are all too big. I'm going to go down this one. I think I can go down this one too. Yeah. Almost cut my finger. That was not fun. There we go. All right. These are going to be thick and be able to stand up to that sauce really well. All right. Oh, I'm excited about this. A little bit more flour. All right, let's get that onto a plate and set it aside. And let's get the other one. Oh my God, guys, look at that. Perfection. Perfection. Big, thick noodle. Ah, Trey's gonna love this. I'm gonna love it. I use xanthan gum too. That's what I have to remember. 2 eggs, xanthan gum, and enough water. Okay, we're gonna set these aside. So, all right, let's get the other one out. How's that look? Pasta rags and the other. Well, Alyssa, I didn't want to use a pasta machine and make long strands of pasta. I think this is better with gluten-free pasta to make it a thicker pasta. Also, this recipe calls for rigatoni, a big rigatoni. I don't have the ability to make a big pasta like that, or to make shaped pasta like that. I would like a pasta machine or an attachment to the KitchenAid that I could actually do that, because it doesn't matter what kind of flour you have. So let's get the other one out. I'm so excited about this. This is perfect. I actually managed, okay. Does that help, Alyssa? Okay, a little bit more under here and some on top. I think this one's bigger, yeah. This is so much fun. You guys, if you're ever feeling like you need to get some aggression out, this is the way to do it. Definitely. It's a lot of work. Thanks for it. You're welcome, Alyssa, anytime. Any questions anybody has, I'd be glad to answer. I need to make a more concerted effort to look up to answer questions or to see questions or see comments. I need to do that for sure. We're going to turn this, oops, stuck. So we're going to turn this over. Go back. Get this, I need to get this almost as big as the cutting board or the cutting this. Yes. Oops, that's too thin. I don't want it that thin. This is almost retracting like wheat. That's what I like about it. It feels like wheat. But I think the answer is water. The last couple of times I made pasta, it has fallen apart, and I only used egg. Now, I did, just a reminder to myself when I rewatched this, I used both xanthan gum and water. Oh, don't get stuck, don't get stuck. Oh, thank you. I think I need a little bit more flour here, just around the edges. I bet you this would make a good pizza dough too. Okay, gotta get that off of there. Hey, Karen and Mua! I am making some gluten-free pasta rags, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is what it looks like before. Let me see if I can get some light on it. This is what it looks like before it's cooked. I'm doing a recipe that that calls for a thick pasta, but I don't have like I have a pasta machine, but I don't have an ability to make a shape. So I just rolled it out and made a shape. My shape, rags. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's finish this up, you guys. Okay. I need to get this side a little bit more, and then we'll be good. Yeah, I think that's it. This is excellent. Perfect. I am so excited. My husband is going to love this. And so just, let me see if I can get some light on that. Should be better. So this is gluten-free pasta because I'm allergic to wheat. And this is the best. I make it out of this. This is the best ever, ever. Hey, Fiorita, thank you for coming in. Right now I'm finishing up some pasta rags. Instead of a noodle, I'm making a square because the dish, and I'm making an Italian meat sauce, Italian-American meat sauce. it requires a pasta that can stand up to it. So what I did differently with this pasta than I have in the past is that I used both xanthan gum. I got to get that out of there. I used both xanthan gum and water along with my 2 duck eggs. And it seems to be doing rather well. It feels like a good pasta. I think it's going to taste like a good pasta. I'll let you look at it. It's not flaking or falling apart. It's not dried out. It's everything I need in a pasta. So put a little bit of flour on that. Ooh, I need more of this. A little bit more flour on this. And I'll put it with the rest. And I'll show you what that looks like. Oh, gosh, you guys. This is amazing. Now, my husband and I were pasta freaks before I became gluten-free. Look at that. Look at that. And, well, when I had to stop eating wheat, of course, I lost, about 20 pounds. I wish I had a social media back to my days so I could see what my high school teacher did on her day. I know, because I have kids coming in here. Hi, Dr. Paulman, or that looks terrific. It's like, yes. And that's why I'm not drinking a glass of wine right now. Right? So I am very impressed with myself. Thank you very much. Now, you guys, we are down to the last thing I have to do today. The meat sauce. Jaeger is yummy. Like Jaegers. Last time I had Jägermeister. I had such bad stomach pains. It didn't help that I had been at a wedding where I couldn't eat any food, so I drank all the wine, right? Drank all the wine. And then I went to another party after that. It was an Oktoberfest, and they were doing ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy, hoy, hoy, hoy. And then they did it with a shot of Jaeger. And I drank it, I was fine, but I realized I was drunk. So Troy and I went home. And within an hour of going to bed, I woke up and I thought, I don't know, I thought I had an ulcer. I was sure I had. Hey, Sean Murphy, do students still do jumping jacks and push-ups? No, but they do in my class. How's that for some homemade pasta, Sean? Yeah? No, they don't do that, Sean. They do in my dance class. So let me get some stuff cleaned up and I got the sprouts. We have the sprouts to do. Yeah, Sean, my kids are doing planks. They don't even know. Sorry, I was checking something out. My kids are doing planks. They're doing crunches. They're doing burpees. That's how I get them strong so that they can dance. Hold on. Oh, in order for me to do my sprouts, you guys, I've got more dishes to do. But I am so proud of this. Are you proud? Oh my. Okay, you know what? Before we do anything, let's go ahead and look at that meat sauce. Okay. I'll put this over here. Can you see it? Can you see it? I wish I could. There's no way for me to zoom in. But oh, yes. This is going to be delicious. So it's been cooking for about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm waiting for the pork to start falling apart. The sausages are done. I have my one big bone in here. I'm super excited about it. It's starting to get soft and drop off. Do you see my shirt? It has flour all over it. See my pants? It's got beets all over it. Okay, so let me test one of these pieces of pork. It's not quite there yet, but I would like to taste it. Let's see what this tastes like, you guys. I gotta add more salt, but that's good. Let's do that right now. I'm not gonna add. I'm not gonna add. Not gonna add everything seasoning. I'm just gonna add salt. That's to start, and then we'll see what we have to do after that. I think I could also add more heat. I bet you Troy would really appreciate that. So I'm going to add more red pepper flake. And we're going to let this keep cooking. This is like a sugo sauce, only not. If you've ever had sugo sauce is thick and meaty. What I want to be able to do is shred the pork. So we're going to let that cook a lot longer. Hold on one second. I need to get more red pepper flake. Red pepper flake is, over here. I'm going to add a healthy amount because Troy likes heat. So there we go. I just finished dinner myself. You guys, I'm so thankful you are here. There was a time I had a lot of people come in that other people were afraid of. And so they stopped coming to my live stream because they were afraid that those people would follow them from my channel. And that wasn't the case, so that's good. But I really appreciate people coming. It means everything to me. And before I do anything else, I want to say thank you to those of you that have been coming to my channel for a long time, whatever that means to you, and let you know that I am at, okay, Sean, see you later. I am at after this weekend, I will be just under 500 to go. I will have less than 500 hours to go. So I am asking that everybody who's in here, if you haven't already, go watch some of my videos. I mean, if you want to, don't watch because I'm asking you to. Watch because, one, you might want to help, or two, you're really interested in what I do. And if you're new to me, I'm about fermentation, cooking recipes for new cooks, and I'm also about gluten-free and egg-free, like chicken egg-free recipes. This used duck eggs. Now I'm out of duck eggs after this, so we'll see. But anyway, I'm close. I'm getting close. I will be at my 12-month mark on the 27th of October. So I'm really trying to get there before October. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I mean, before the end of October. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. In my first 9 months, it took me 9 months, excuse me. It took 5 months to get to 500 hours. And after that, I've been grinding as much as possible. So if you know friends, if you know anybody that would like to just turn their machine on or actually watch my videos, please share my channel with them and explain This woman has been working for her 4,000 watch hours. She's so close. We just want to get her over the edge. We just want to get her over the edge. So, with that said, let's continue. Okay. I am not going to wash these dishes right now. I'm going to clear them out of the sink so we can do the final thing I have to do today. You're welcome. I see. Enjoy it very, very much. Lynx Acres, you're the best. Okay. If you can, share it out. I will be here just for a little bit longer. Put that there. I am going to move these things. I am not going to wash them. They are just going to take up residence someplace else in the kitchen. And then when Troy unloads the dishwasher, we will load in this mess. So cooking live is what I do on Sundays. I hope that it's worth it for you. I never do anything that takes 5 minutes. So some people get frustrated because I'm not done cooking yet. Well, that's because these Sunday meals are meals that can spread out. I can take them to work, for lunches. Let me put this in here. Like I said, it's going to take up residence someplace else in the kitchen. Wasting water. That's not good. All right, so we're going to get to the sprouts finally. This is my second vat of sprouts. Remember last week we started them. So come on over here. Back up. Back up. All right. Look at that. I need more light over here. Can you see that? I did that. So now what we need to do is we need to get them out of here and into another bowl. Of course, the one I need is dirty. So I'm gonna move this back so it doesn't. Of course, the bowl I used for pasta is the bowl I need for this. The pasta is like glue. Look at that. Just like glue. It's so annoying. I wish I had like 8 of these. I only have 2 and my husband used the other one. Okay. Apple cider vinegar. Pureed. Oh my, that's awesome. Baby is very much enjoying watching right now. Oh, good, Lynx Acres. So remember, 30 seconds is a must if you're sanitizing something. The ideal would be anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes, but I'm in a hurry, so we're going to go with 30 seconds. I'm glad your baby likes watching me, Lynx Acres. If you haven't already, thumbs up. So we've done a lot. The sauce is going to be done soon. The pasta, we made pasta. We made pasta live. Oh, look. What are you thinking, Stella? Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Okay. Come on over here. Come on into the light. Have a seat. Sit down. Sit. There you go. Can we do an up-up? Can we do an up-up? Good dog. All right. You want to go outside? Okay. There you go. All right, so it's been about 30 seconds. We're going to go ahead and rinse that out, and then we can start with the yes, that. All right. All right. With this, you will notice that there's a whole bunch of roots. The other thing is that I have this on gauze because it was so small. So we're gonna, first of all, we're gonna get this out of here, I think. Yep, okay. And I'm gonna start pulling it off. So it grew all the way through, and I had to put it on gauze because the holes in the sprout box are so big. This is kind of weird. So this is just concerned about getting all these roots that are behind. The sprouts are what we want. 3 tablespoons makes 3 pounds. Isn't that fascinating? All right. Hold on, pup. Come on in. Right, go away. All right. This is about 3 pounds of sprouts. And now I have to rinse them. And then I have to, so they need to be rinsed in cold water. I don't really understand or know why they have to. I think it has something to do with that they may grow this kind of white mold that's not dangerous, but you want to get that off. It's a lot of sprouts. Okay. All right. Now, first things first, we're going to let them drain. Let me rinse this out. This is what the beet is drained in. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, that's heavy for one hand. I'm going to have sprouts and everything. We're going to have them in salad. I'm going to put them on, I can put it in omelets or duck egg omelets or just egg omelets. You can put it in soup. It's all very good for you. So let's back you up even more. because I'm going to bring that up here. And I have to strain it. Yeah, you use it, you put it in everything. You can put it in, you can put them in soups, you can put them in salads, you can put them anything you want. Anything, any place you would put a vegetable, you can put sprouts. And they're just packed full of vitamins. So I don't think I need to make 3 tablespoons next time. I do think Troy and I are going to have a sprout salad tonight. Just sprouts and carrots and stuff, because I think we're going to, so good for us. Look at that. Can you even see that? Let's see. Get this out of the way. Oops. Yeah. There we go. I wish I had better lighting. Yeah, we're going to have sprout salads, just sprouts and carrots and onions, and because that's a lot of sprouts. Wow. Wow. All right. Just that last bit. You can cook with them. You can put them in, well, yeah, you can cook with them. But you can put them in stir fries. There's so much. Oh, let me get that out of my face. So much you can do with that. Hey, you guys, I just live streamed. Pavement has seeds to do sprouting. Are those, or many types? I'll show you, Lynx Acres. Great question. It's these, and I'm gonna get their mung bean sprouts also. So these have broccoli seeds, alfalfa seeds, radish seeds, and clover seeds. They're all from the United States. They're packaged in Brooklyn, New York. So growing instructions: yields approximately 3 cups, a half pound of sprouts. Prep 3 tablespoons, so that's more than prep 3 tablespoons of seed, then transfer to a bowl onto your sprouter. Add 2 to 3 times as much cool water. Mix seeds up. Okay, we know that. Allow seeds to soak for 6 to 12 hours. I let mine soak for 24 hours. Set your sprouter. So 3 cups, a half pound of sprouts. That's more than a half pound of sprouts. I must be reading this wrong. Anyway, there you go. Let's take one more gander at that meat sauce. I want to show you my beautiful pasta one more time. This is going to be delicious. I'm super excited. There is a brand of pasta that I absolutely love that I haven't been able to eat, and it's shaped just like this. It's some grandma something, and I'm adoring this. So excited. All right, let's take a look at. I'll move some stuff so that you can see, and then we'll end this live stream. And then I'll have a glass of wine. Oh, so I would have to grow them myself. I was looking for something that was written. You can get them in the store. Yeah, you can get them right in the store. You don't have to grow these. Okay. Here is the sauce one last time. It's starting to thicken up, and the meat is getting tender enough to come apart. There's my bone, and that's coming right off the bone. The meat's coming off the bone. Sausages are good. This is going to be so tasty. This is an Italian-American meat sauce. It's got pork sausage, and it's in a mild Italian pork sausage. It's got country ribs, and because my country ribs were boneless, I went out. I bought a big pork chop with a bone in, so really good quality pork. All three products. And there, I cut off my bone so I could pull it out later easier, and I cut up all the pork. So there it is, you guys, and my pasta that I'll cook when the meat sauce is ready. So it'll be another hour before this is ready. I'm not going to make you hang out with me that long. I'll try to take a picture of the sprout salad, the meat, and the pasta and put it on Instagram. It took me a week to do that for last week's live stream, but I did get that. I did get those Cornish game hen out there. So you guys, I am going to head off. I want to say thank you for coming and thank you for staying. I really appreciate all that. I appreciate everybody coming through. I want to remind you to live, love, and learn, which means keep this working. And I want to say love to you. You have made my day. We didn't have any disruption today, and that always makes me feel good. So take care. Have a good rest of your weekend. I have a day off tomorrow. I might be doing some sort of strange, like how to process of making a video. Something like that. Or I know I'll be live sometime tomorrow. I don't know if it's a teacher vlog. Maybe it'll be about how much anxiety I have that I'm not in the class, which is a real thing, believe it or not. I'm going to hit a bunch of stores tomorrow or this coming week and going to chickens that are like half off. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Great way to stock up. So everybody, if you want to see me tomorrow, I'll be doing something tomorrow. Tuesday is a hard one for me. I do have that. I do have my video dropping. It's a Kicking It in the Kitchen with New Cooks, Season 2, Episode 3. Chicken wings and dump sauce. Really good recipe. So I will be at conferences at that time, but I will take my break at like 5 to 7 until the video is over. I'll just go hide. I'll put a note out saying I'll be back at 7:20 or 7:15 or something like that. Too dark in there. All right. Thank you, Purita. Thank you, everyone. Bye. See ya. You're my friends. Best friends on YouTube.